Alright, what's up? What's going on, guys? CaptainMonk here. Welcome back for some more League of Legends. Man, it has been a while since I've done that intro. We're playing some Wukong here today, you guys, and we're playing them in the jungle with the rework from the PB, and I'm saying the rework, but frankly, this is the third rework they've done in less than a year, and maybe this one will hit live servers. Maybe. We'll have to see, right? But today, guys, there's lots to talk about. I'll kind of give you guys a quick little idea of what I'm going to talk about, and then I'll kind of come back to the main feature, which is, of course, this version of the Wukong rework. But some things we'll talk about is kind of where the channel is at, where the Wukong rework is at, where my life and career are at, since I haven't really been posting much. And a lot of you might be like, okay, CaptainMonk, you know, he's dead. He's gone and done something weird. Where is he gone? What's he doing? Why is he not posting? Trust me, guys, it's all for the better. Not to say that not posting's good. It's just, you know, things are moving along in my life, to say the very least. To start, though, we are going to talk about the Wukong rework, you guys. This version of the Wukong rework that I do believe is the best one we've seen just yet. I will admit I did like the one back last spring that was released, and I made a bunch of videos of. I clearly didn't like the one that was released this past winter, since I never made a single video of it. I wanted to pretend it didn't exist, because it was that abysmal to me. And I don't think all the players who checked it out felt so strongly about it, but I just knew, like, the second I saw the design, that it was not going to go and hit live service, and if it did, it was going to need drastic changes. But I'm not here to talk about that. Maybe I am at some point later in the video, but I really want to bang through these changes as quick as I can. So, first things first, our passive is pretty much what it is on live, just better in every single way. The only downside, really, is that it will be no magic resist. That is basically the only downside as far as I can see it. You get more armor, and that will increase by quadruple when there are 3 or more champions. And a version similar to that was on the spring of last year's Wukong rework, but they took that away for the more recent one for that shield. And that shield was a bunch of junk. It was some Malphite wannabe garbage, and I did not like it one bit. But again, I'm going to try not to beat on that too hard. So that's the passive, you guys. No magic resist, but way more armor. And it gets to be absolutely gigantic if there's 3 or more champions. So definitely throw yourselves into all the champions you can, especially when you hit level 6. Because you will get real tanky off of it. I'm going to go top lane here. Master Yi's a cheesy top laner, and this set is very overextended, and I think it might be a good opportunity. I'm going to actually hold with my Decoy here, because I don't really need the element of surprise, and I can instead use it for more damage. So let's just go at this guy. Get those auto attacks down. Beat on him a little bit. Get the Decoy in there for those big auto attacks. Got Udyr flashing on me, actually, which I'm not really a fan of, but got this guy. Problem is, though, is I think Master Yi kind of abandoned me on this one. Yes, so I will go down here, but the good thing to note is 2 things. Number 1, flash for flash. This guy has no flash. The other thing, and this Udyr is going to run it down. Master Yi will die, but he will get the kill back. That's a win. That is a win. All right, so let's get ourselves... I think we'll go with the Stalker's Blade here, actually, because I want the move speed to kite and chase the Udyr. And I think I'll just get a controller here real quick and head over here. Also, guys, by the way, if you are enjoying the video here so far, or just want to support me in the channel, or whatever reason, whatever motivates you, whatever compels you, please rate the video. I would really appreciate it. Even if it's a dislike, I don't mind. Just rate that video, baby. And let's get back into the rework details. So, I like this a lot. I think when there was something similar to this, not the shield, but the other passive for Wukong in the spring rework, one thing they added to it that I thought was a little bit too good was a second passive that gave you building up damage as you hit targets, and that stacked with your ultimate, so you would just do gradually more damage as you spam on people. And I think combining all that tankiness with stacking up damage was too good. So to see that this one's as it is, I'm quite a fan of, but I have heard rumors from Riot August, who's actually the lead champion designer for this rework, that he doesn't quite feel this is quite fulfilled yet. So this will change a little bit more before this hits live, and we'll have to see exactly how. Gonna put another point in the E here. I guess I'll kind of jump ahead to the E instead of the Q. I could go, you know, left to right, passive Q, W, E, R. But I think the E is actually more important to talk about because we are maxing it here. And the reason we are maxing it is because not only is it a really big damage source, it's also 15 damage stronger at rank 1, and it increases per rank at the same rate it used to. So it's still increasing by 45 damage a rank. I really want to go in here, but I need the right opportunity. Aphelios just stepped up just enough. I think this is it. Nautilus is going to hook in Nami, so Nami's pretty much doomed to die here, but... Oh, that was some weird pathing. Oh, it's because he flashed the wall. Right, the pathing was trying to actually help me there. Can we get the Nautilus? We can. I am going to get local XP, and unfortunately, no gold. That's kind of unfortunate. I'm going to ping for help here. This guy's got red smite, though, and he's Udyr. I'm a little bit worried. I think maybe I just want to sprint back bottom lane. Doesn't seem like this Aphelios really knows. No, maybe he does know. But Udyr's around here too. Alright, they just used the vision plant, so I think I should probably just walk on out because they definitely know I'm here. But yeah, so our E has more base damage by 15. So by rank 2, 125 damage. That's a hell of a whole lot better than 115. Or 110 actually, sorry. It may not seem like much, but that's a lot in the early game. 15 extra damage is huge. And the other thing as well with it is magic damage instead of being physical, and it has an AP ratio. So that kind of hurts when it comes to our scaling, because even though we're going to be building AD, because we are still Wukong, that hasn't changed. The E's damage will kind of fall off, but early game it is better. Especially since we are jungling, and jungle monsters tend to have negative magic resist. You see that right here, right? So our Nimbus Strike is doing a lot of damage to these jungle monsters, and champions too, because champions by default tend to have more armor early on than magic resist. That's just generally how it goes. It's pretty rare to see that not be the case. Now bottom lane's still extended. I want to help this mid lane, but it looks like it's going to be too late for me to do anything to help him there anyway. So let's see if I can help somewhere else. So yeah, this Udyr is just sitting on him, unfortunately. We have a control word here, so we know they didn't see me there. They could have seen me here, but I don't want to place a control word for that. I don't have to. But yeah, it definitely seems like they kind of are sniffing me out somehow. I didn't see Udyr after being mid cross into the river here. So I think what I'm going to do is just get the red buff. And maybe, I don't know, place my control word in that dragon pit. I just really don't want Udyr to take the dragon. But with that said, I don't think he's going to do it because it is a cloud. And clouds hurt a lot early on. So to kind of talk about other changes here, you guys, I'm sorry I'm dawdling. I'm just trying to, keep up with the gameplay here too at the same time. Our Q has a higher base damage now. It's 30, which it used to be. But then they nerfed it a few seasons ago, actually. And this guy's level 6. This is definitely bad. But the thing is, he doesn't know I don't have smite. Does not know I don't have smite. Alright, he does have smite though. That's unfortunate. Yasuo's doing stuff, and I want to help him out here, but there's only so much we can do when he's so far away. But for the moment, this is fine. Okay, bottom lane's also fighting. Let's get some of these berries here with Yasuo and join on in. I don't know if we can actually do anything here though. Nautilus is pretty far away. I think we have to let it go. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. Let's see if I can sneak on in. Oh, yeah. Are we focusing the Aphelios? I don't know about that. We killed the Nautilus. There we go. Get the kill on that guy. And now the Aphelios is cornered. This is brilliant. Beautiful. Double kill for the Wukong. That's what we've been waiting on. Great roam from Yasuo. The concern I'm having now, though, is despite all this, I haven't seen Udyr make a move. It might be because he's hidden in the dragon pit right now. He is not doing dragon. Okay. We are in a good position here. Unfortunately, not so much Master Yi. I'll help him soon enough. So a combo you can do, by the way, with new Wukong is you can dash first, use your decoy, and after your decoy's been used, you can get your decoy to actually use the crushing blow. Your decoy can also mimic your ultimate, but it cannot mimic your Nimbus Strike. So sometimes it's a good idea to dash in decoy first to get a double Q off, but usually when you have your ultimate, you want to dash in Q on a target to reduce their armor, because that armor reduction is still there, and then use your decoy after your first ultimate, so you can kind of juke despite what the situation is. It'll make more sense when we actually demonstrate, but I'm just kind of talking about these things to kind of lay these seeds in the back of your mind, so when we look at them, it'll make more sense. So we'll get ourselves the... Oh, we got the Rift Herald. Smart. Because he knew I was bottom side. So he's going to get that Rift Herald nice and early. That shouldn't be too big of a deal. The one concern I'm having right now... Oh, Yasuo, can he survive this? He can't. Uh-oh. This is a very difficult situation. Okay, Zed's not pushing. If Zed was pushing, I'd be going for him. With what's happening top lane, I think Master Yi's dead no matter what I do. But I can't really clean these guys up neither. I just gotta wait for the tower to get pushed. And then I can clear up the wave. Okay, so let's grab that. Try and get rid of the minions. Uh-oh. This is unfortunate. We got Yasuo with his ultimate, though. Got the Udyr. There we go. Okay, now we can chase this guy out. Although I don't know if we're actually going to catch him. He's pretty quick. Oh, Yasuo's got it, though. Here we go. Double Q. Boom. There it is. Very nice. Getting the decoy in there nice and early, just so we can get that double crushing blow off for big damage. So our decoy, of course, you guys have probably seen this in all the different versions of the rework. It will kind of create a little bit of mini spin when we are entering stealth, and that can kind of create a little bit of distance. And Riot's kind of gone back and forth on trying to decide whether or not they want that to go over walls. On this version, you can go over walls, which I love. I think that's so important. That's kind of a high-risk, high-reward sort of mobility, right? You know, it's very risky to go over a wall without no one's on the other side. But you're invisible, so it's, you know, advantageous. But what if you go over and it wasn't the right time to be invisible? It's too bad. You've already gone over the wall. It's your only way over the wall. So it's just, you know, something to think about. What else is there to talk about? Right, this is actually pretty cool. With the Wukong Q, they did increase the damage, but they did decrease the range on it. It does have less range damage percentage. This will increase the damage your ultimate will do with the Decoy, by the way. This is better. The Q is definitely better, but it's just important to understand what that damage it's talking about is. I think they're looking at this, because bottom lane did just lose Nami. They already got it. So I am definitely being out-jungled when it comes to the objective control right now, but that may not matter in the end. We'll have to see. We will have to see. But right now, Yasuo's with me, and he's strong, and Zed was a little bit chunked, so we'll control the vision at least, since I was a little bit late. It's unfortunately partly also because Nami died at the time that I was walking over. But that's not really her fault. It's also me completely being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Got my ultimate in 10 seconds here, and I want to use it bottom. Oops. Camera getting all buggy here. Let's just quickly get this Scuttle Crab. Or not Scuttle Crab, sorry. Golem. But yeah, so our Q is at 100 range right now. It's by default 125 at all ranks on live servers. But here, it's 75 and goes up by 25 per rank. So by the end of the game, when we have 5 ranks in our Q, we get quite a lot of extra range, which is great. Now I'm going to try and demonstrate some of the decoy mechanics you can do here. We're going to dash first, Q, ult, and then decoy to duplicate our ultimate. Alright, this guy's just on me, so we'll just do this first. Gets the Aphelios. Double ult right there. Boom. There is the big damage that we were describing with that Nimbus Strike. It does so much damage because it's magic and they do not have magic resist. But we got to get top lane. This guy's already hitting the inhibitor. Well, not literally, but the inhibitor turret is gone. That's a yikes. Let's get the Black Cleaver here. I wouldn't really want to buy this straight up before getting Ninja Tabby in this game against all these AD threats, but it's a full item, and that's going to be huge for us right now. I also kind of want to get the Tiamat, but again, a full item is really, really valuable. Yasuo can do what he needs to do here. This is good. Got the armor reduction here on the set. Oh man, this guy's, he's got jukes. Am I not fast enough? Wow, okay, he solid flash after everything. This is unfortunate, man. Our top difference is pretty huge in this game. You're not gonna take my wolves, are you? Okay, just the way he was walking it didn't really bode confidence. Another thing to mention about the Q that I haven't touched on just yet, because it's, you know, it's important, it's valuable, but it doesn't really prove itself as very noticeable very often, is your Q's cooldown does get reduced by auto attacks. You can see that kind of happening a little bit here. So that's where, not to say attack speed Wukong is the new meta, but getting a little bit of attack speed in and getting some extra attacks in there can make a big difference. This tower bottom lane is being sieged upon. We have a control word right here, so I want to utilize that. And I also want to time my ultimate accordingly here, but we have Udyr as well here, and I'm kind of trapped between everybody. But there's some good damage, using my decoy to block that bear stun. But I don't have stealth. That's one thing they did change. They made the cooldown on your W longer, so it's very tough to use it multiple times a fight. But I think we can get to Nautilus here. Yes, we can. And, oh, okay, I'll Blue Smite for it. I was going to let Caitlyn get the ultimate kill there, but as you saw, it was not quite enough damage. But there we go. All the kills went through for the Wukong. That's what we're looking for. To carry the game ourselves. Alright, I'm going to use my sweeper here. I'm just going to kind of clear the vision Zed's placed. I know he plays this one, but there might also be other wards sometimes too. Alright, team got turret. I probably could have stuck around there to get that local gold, but frankly, I'm not too worried about it. I'm finding gold wherever I go, but I want to keep the respawn timers on these jungle camps flowing. So is there anything I missed? I don't think so. I talked about all those things with the Q. The W, of course, mirrors your attacks. I didn't really talk about it because, frankly, I feel like you guys who are watching these videos of the Wukong Rework, you're kind of used to seeing the W behave in this way. What you're not used to seeing is it duplicating off of your ultimate, which is a very cool new mechanic that we're not really utilizing to its full effectiveness just yet, because these fights have been a little bit awkward. But generally speaking, what you want to do is dash in, Q, ult, and then decoy to dash yourself even further into their backline and use your ultimate a second time. But it is a little bit different from what I'm used to after years and years of playing Wukong and his previous mechanics. So it's going to take some time to adjust. Now these guys clearly want this turret. And we are on a control ward, so we have the upper hand here. The dragon's up in 45 seconds. It's very important that we think about this. And we should kill this Aphelios right here. There we go. Double ult coming through. And we got a second one. And we just keep shredding these guys like nobody's business. And let's get this Udyr. There it is. Okay, I really did not need to go for that with the flash. Bastard would have had that, and so would Caitlyn with her ultimate. But I really just wanted the glory of that play. That was such a good way to get the drop on them there. And now this dragon is ours for the taking. We've cleared their vision as well. I guess to talk more about the ultimate, you guys, it is a double cast now, and each one lasts for 2 seconds instead of 4 total. So you still have as much spin as before, but it's broken up, and each one can actually be utilized on your W. So if you time it all right, your W does last long enough that you can get off 2 ults. So in total being 4 spins, which is pretty credible. Other things to consider, I'm going to ping for help because I think my team isn't standing up far enough, and their team is going to join me in the Dragon Pit here, and I don't have Smite for 10 seconds. So I literally just need to kill 10 seconds. And this guy's going to try and kill me. I juked some of the shurikens. I'm super dead here, I think. Yeah, there's nothing I can do there. My team really gave up priority. They all backed off, which I kind of get to an extent because their team is very strong in sets here, and they also went top. But we gave up too much priority too quick, and now we lose Dragon for it. I don't know. I probably could have played that better too. I'm just trying to think about in what way. Like maybe juking more of Zed's spells. There is one thing I could have done that I definitely was thinking about, but the timing of it is so precise and it's really tough to do. Because if Zed places his death mark on me, it's done. Like the death mark's on me, and it's up to him to hit stuff or miss stuff. But if I use my decoy, expecting him to ult, if I time it right, he'll actually put the death mark on my decoy instead of me. And that can be really, really good. But unfortunately, that wasn't quite able to happen. Now, you'll notice here, by the way, you guys, that we're not really building much lethality. Not to say lethality is bad, but think about it. Our E is magic damage. Our E is our biggest damage output right now still. So with all that said and done, like lethality doesn't do as much for Wukong as it used to. It still does some, but it's a lot less. Now we're just going to try and pop this guy, because I think with our teammates right here with us, we'll be able to get it done. Let's get a second spin off, and one more dash, and there we go. Somehow he actually knocked me out of my Nimbus, it looked like there, but we still get the kill, and that is very good. I'm kind of taxing, because at this point, I frankly need to carry, and this Master Yi is not going to do it for us. We probably should get that mid turret, but Yasuo wants to get my blue. I mean, I'm not going to stop you, but I don't know what you're doing, man. Because I just killed somebody who had blue, so I'm kind of wanting to get that last, if I'm being completely honest. What are you doing, man? Okay, I guess I'm getting blue then. Whatever. I think they got second Rift Herald too. So yeah, their team's definitely... Wait. We got Dragon. Did I totally just goof and miss that? How did we get Dragon? Who got it? Okay, I can't see because the chat keeps glitching and moving. Alright, and team's fighting pretty heavily here. I mean, if Master can get the kill on Zed, that'd be cool, but I don't know if he's got it in him. Alright, there's a lot of minions still here, so I can't quite sneak up on Zed. They did decrease the duration of my stealth from 1.5 seconds down to just 1 second. Oh, get pranked, son. I saw Nautilus in the corner of my eye, and I thought if I timed it right, I'd be able to do it. And I was right. That felt good. Alright, I can see Udyr approaching me here. There's not much I can do about this red buff. If I try and go for it, I probably fight Udyr to the death and lose. I think it's better if we go the set here because we have Yasuo here with us. And now, let's get a second spin in there for more move speed. And let's chase the Udyr down. I don't think Yasuo can do much to help us, but at least we chase him off our red. So I think if you're in a situation where you're not going to use your ultimate and you're fighting to the death and you want to maximize your damage, I think you're going to want to use your W before your Q. But if you have your ultimate, I think you want to use everything and then your W last. That is just what I'm finding to be the trends here so far. Oh, I can't quite reach him. I was trying to use my Q in a way that I would reach the Zed there because I know it's more range now. Yeah, it's 150 right now compared to 125 like it is on live. So it definitely is more range now, but wasn't quite able to reach him. That's okay though. We clearly got the better end of that fight. And we're going to go back here. We're going to try and deal with this Udyr problem with the Rift Herald. This guy's crazy, but he's being really smart about the macro here. I'm just running around killing people because that's still what Wukong does best. He's a team fighter. And he can split push, but unfortunately, we're just being out split pushed this game without a doubt. Can I get rid of this Rift Herald, please? There we go. And there's that. Okay, with this guy down. Fellas is going to get that turret, but I might be able to sneak up on him. It's not looking that way. Alright, but these guys are definitely out macroing us. I think we might be able to force a fight if we get the Baron here. Alright, this is a pretty fresh ward, so they're definitely around. And I don't mind being the front line. I have the Decoy, I have double spin, my ultimate. Let's want here, boy. Kill the set. This guy's so fed, too. There we go, very nice. Yeah, taking out the set really puts us in a better spot. I just want my Decoy for another few seconds, but I don't want to stop being aggressive. Alright, he hit it one shuriken, but that's not enough. Oh, this damage on the Nautilus. Beat him up. Slaps on slaps. Beautiful. Alright, let's do this. Now, Udyr might come here, but Aphelios won't. He's bottom lane. He's taking too long to get here. And I have Smite in 3 seconds, so I think we've got this. We have levels on the Udyr. We just gotta shred this. Udyr might flash into the pit. We don't see him. We have a little bit of vision there, but that's about it. Nami's getting more vision for it, which is great. But it's gonna be tough to say for sure what's gonna happen here with this one. We will smite it. Beautiful. So let's go back here. And I'm gonna get myself a Sterix gauge. I need to be the front line for my team. You can see that we don't really have any tanks. So the Sterix will enable me to tank as much damage as possible. Also work towards a Guardian Angel, because I don't want to die and give up this bounty. So I think that's gonna make a lot of sense here for us. So we gotta run towards Mountain. Team. Okay, I didn't quite spell it right, but you guys know what I mean. I'm just trying to get my team to notice the macro, because their team is very much so outperforming us in the macro. They're paying attention to the objectives, and they're paying attention to what's important. And our team's not quite doing that quite as well here. Let's go ahead and get the double spin in there. This is a great engage, as you can see, because our team is following us up. Let's go ahead and kill the set. Beautiful. Now the Udyr. What's up, buddy? You're dead. Now, I don't have Smite, but I have Yasuo by my side. Zed's on the way. I'm kind of hoping he'll go for somebody else, and then I can follow up the fight. Mastery's going in. I'm going to try and back him up. Oh, can we do this? I don't think we can quite yet. You know what? Team got Dragon. I live. That's a win. That is definitely a win. Give me these berries, though, buddy. There we go. Shit, we're 19-2. I'm popping, but it's not looking like a win just yet, you guys. And that's very... It's causing me a lot of fear, I'm not going to lie. But we're getting some decent double spins off. Because whenever you use your Decoy, even when you're in your ultimate, you're still keeping one of the ultimates spinning, and that will be your Decoy at the very least. And then you, yourself, are kind of creating a little mini spin to create a little bit of distance so you can get a little bit deeper into their team, or you can use it to escape. It's really up to you, and I love that. It's the biggest problem with Wukong in his current design is he is so linear. Now I have a few more options. And we can still one-shot people because we're fed, and I love it. Then again, it's just a 1-5, now 1-6 Aphelios, but still. You know, I don't have to be lethality to one-shot people, and that feels good. Now I have 175 range on this Q, so I can reach just a little bit further than before to hit this turret. But I don't want to tank turret shots if I don't have to. And you know what? Master Yi split pushing is actually, in a way, bad. Because we want to team fight with our team count with Yasuo and me. Our combo is just too good. But Master Yi, he's going to feed no matter where he goes. So at least this way he splits them up, which makes it so I can assassinate a little bit better. Maybe not hitting wombos as easily, but we'll assassinate much more easily. Let's go and spin here a little bit. And let's use our W here to get onto this guy. Spin some more. He's going to get knocked up immediately afterwards, and he's going to get crushed over the face by the crushing blow. That's what we're looking for, baby. Okay, now let's get this turret and keep the siege going. Wait, this guy's crazy. See that little mini spin there from my W? It gives me the range I need to get in range to use my Nimbus Strike, and they can't dodge that. It's a targeted spell still. It is over. Set is right. We out-macroed them in the end. They did so many things right. That top lane push was so good by them. But in the end, it might not be enough. And in fact, their team's respawning pretty soon here. But I think we can get just a little bit more before we have to back off because of our base. In fact, might be able to go all the way for the win. I think it's worth the risk. Let's go for the win. And that will be the game here, my friends. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop that like rating on the video. I would really appreciate it. Let's just kill... Oh, maybe nobody. Make sure to like the video, you guys. Subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, all that good stuff, and comment down below what you think of this Wukong rework. I personally think this is the best one that they've done of the three, but there are some things from the other reworks I am missing. So let's go ahead and honor up our Nami. We did kind of rock this game with her as our support. And how did we do? We got an S? We got an S. I like that. It says got an S, but I wasn't sure if it was an S or an S minus. How do we do damage-wise? Boom, 30,000. That's what we were looking for. The hard carry coming through. You know, our team all played their part. Mastery may have been a little bit heavy in some aspects, but in the end, he pulled it together, and I can really appreciate that. One thing I didn't talk about that I really meant to, and I kept forgetting, I think, is Conqueror now does tick off of our ultimate, and our ultimate ticks twice as fast as it does on live. The damage output is a little bit different because it has built-in percentage health damage now, so it is a little bit different in how it does damage. It will shred tanks a lot better than it does on live servers, but primarily what is being noted is that you're going to get double the ticks. That does not mean double the damage. It just means that instead of it being 80 damage every half second, it's going to be 40 every like quarter second, if that makes sense, right? Like, and not to say it's always going to be 40 damage or 80 damage, but if it were those numbers, that's the tick rate being different, but still netting the same result. But those ticks, each one of them stacks Conqueror. So you can see Conqueror actually costs a lot of healing, and that's not even showing us how much damage it added to our kit, which is definitely a lot. So that's important to consider. Tenacity with Sterix Gauge is a great combo. I recommend, especially in a game where you're going Ninja Tabby, because you're missing out on Mercury Treads, but you're still getting Tenacity. Great combo. Last Stand, we are playing a little bit more of a Bruiser Wukong now, compared to a full 80 Assassin. So going Coop, I would say, is inferior now. Triumph, you can see how much effectiveness that got us, and especially since we have more HP in our build, the extra health is going to be bigger because it is percentage based. Sun Impact, you're still a burst assassin in a lot of ways, and this is proving its value there. And getting that move speed against the fight is oftentimes the biggest battle. So if you have Relentless Hunter and you have stacks and you get that extra move speed to get into the fight, I mean, that little W dash really helps get in range, but so does the move speed. So all those things together makes Wukong very potent. But wow, a lot of honors too. Feels good. That is the video here today, guys. I feel like I want to mention more things. I guess I'll talk a little bit in the post game here just about like where the channel's at and where my life's at and stuff, since I know I haven't been super active. For those of you who did keep up with the Iron to Diamond series, the last episode of Lee Sin, that one got drastically less views, and I'm not sure exactly why. I think it might have been too long. Maybe it was the way I branded it, saying, you know, Alpha Lee Sin compared to Beta Lee Sin, because I think we've all played with enough Lee Sin players by this point to know which ones are the alphas and which ones are the betas, and there's a very big difference. With Lee Sin players, there's a very large spectrum, so that's why I decided to make that analogy. Maybe it wasn't the right approach, I'm not sure. Regardless, the point is that was recorded in December, and I posted it just like a week or two ago, so I did stock up quite a few games in December during the time that account was still active. It was a League Partner Program account, so it did kind of expire since it was only for the year where I had all things unlocked. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to get another one from Riot at some point here soon, but I've just got other stuff to do, so I'm not really concerned with it. But to kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea of like what to expect from the channel, honestly, right now, expect very little. I don't want you guys to unsubscribe. I don't want you guys to give up on the channel. I don't want you guys to lose interest in my activity. But frankly, my activity right now is very unrelated to YouTube because I am a student, and I am a student for audio engineering, and I'm taking a 9-month program. I'm 4.5 months in, so I'm already like halfway done. And I think a lot of you might be like, wow, you've been in school for the last 4.5 months? I didn't know. I didn't notice the difference. And that's exactly like my whole thing is it has affected things, but I'm doing my best to kind of stay on top of the channel despite that. But with that all said and done, like, please don't expect much. I want you guys to still click and watch and maybe pay attention to the channel when things do come out. But by the summer is when I think you guys should actually expect content consistently. And throughout the summer, the plan is to pump out a bunch of content of 3 things to be focused on. The first one is going to be just a ranked climb on my main account. I'm going to do it with a friend or different friends and just create a little bit of compilation videos of myself climbing and probably mostly playing Wukong in the jungle, if not other champions. Really depends on how good Wukong is at that point. We'll have to see. I'll probably also do a solo climb of Wukong only on a separate account and take that all the way to Diamond. And lastly, but not least, I will also get an account, whether it's a Smurf or a League Partner Program account, into Iron. Despite how challenging it can be to actually go backwards, I'll get into Iron. It's very doable. And then I'll do another Iron to Diamond with some variety in mind. So we have some good amount of variety, but still, giving the attention to where it belongs. My main champion, my boy Wukong. I mean, I wasn't going to make a video today. It was actually kind of inconvenient, but I really wanted to show you guys these Wukong changes because I'm actually excited about them. The previous Wukong rework that was released in December, or was it November? I can't remember. It was the winter, though, of 2019. It was on there until a few weeks ago. I still can't believe they actually thought that was a good idea. Like, I'm sorry, but that was completely garbage. Like, it took everything that was good about the rework that was released in the spring and took it away while still preserving, like, the essence of it, but took it away. And it's like, okay, like, you guys are just reminding us of the better rework. Like, what the fuck? Like, why? Why not just keep the good rework? Like, I don't get it. But this is cool. Because this whole duplicating your ultimate thing and having 2 ultimates to begin with without even using your decoy, that's cool. I like it. I don't think it's necessary by any means, but it's cool. I'm not against it. I think it creates some options for Wukong. Maybe too many, and that might be the problem with it. But the passive stacking up when there's 3+ champions, perfect. It's exactly what Wukong needs. Wukong needs to be rewarded for fighting a lot of champions. His Q being still a targeted spell, and its range and damage scaling the way it does, frankly, I'm indifferent. The Q that we had back in the spring had a heal on it. I was indifferent about that. I thought that was kind of weird and out of place, but I had no problem with it. I like this Q better. I think the scaling range is cool. I would prefer if it was a skill shot, at least at further ranges, where up close it could be a targeted spell, but from a distance it would have a little bit of reach to it, like a skill shot, and maybe get rewarded if you hit precisely. But apparently that's too close to Dota, so Riot's not willing to do that. I don't see why that should be a problem. They copy Dota all the time. League is literally a copy of Dota, so I don't know why they would draw the line at copying one champion. But whatever, I digress. The decoy is not perfect. I think it might be a little bit too good. The cooldown being long is definitely challenging to work around, but the very fact that it auto-attacks for so much damage and you can use your Q with it, I think that's stupid. Like, I think that's too good, because I can now dash into the face of an Udyr, and as long as it doesn't stun me and insta-kill me with his Tiger stance, as long as I get my decoy off, I can just auto-attack, Q reset, and my decoy does both of those things for 2 auto-attacks and 2 Qs. Now, I don't think the decoy does quite full damage. They haven't really shown the math, which is strange. They show the math for how much damage your decoy ultimate does, but not for your auto attacks and your Q. So I'll have to review the footage and actually look at the numbers that pop up when I hit people. But I know that it's a lot of damage. Like, getting 2 crushing blows off, whether it's a decoy and you, or just 2 versions of you that do the same damage, like, either way, it's still doing a lot. So that's a lot of burst, and it's very dangerous, and I think it's too good, but we'll see what Riot does with it. I think the decoy attacks should be kind of like a Shaco decoy, where it's like significantly less, and maybe it needs to be obvious, but maybe not. I don't know. It's up to Riot at the end of the day. I think the Nimbus Strike being magic damage makes sense. I always kind of thought it should be magic damage, considering, I mean, he's spawning a cloud out of his ass and riding it. Like, if you want to keep that physical damage, I'm not going to argue with you, but that's magic if you ask me. In fact, that's probably equally magical as using a decoy. But the decoy previously, of course, you know, would spin and do damage when it hits them with the staff and spins. Like, that doesn't seem like magic to me. The actual spawning of a decoy is magic, but all the decoy does is physical attacks. So that all being physical damage now in the decoy, it's fine by me. And now AP Wukong is amazing, because now he can just ride the cloud and one-shot people with his E. That's so fun. I gotta make a video of that, like true AP Wukong now, because AP Wukong, just the decoy spin, that's terrible, but this decoy spin is awesome. Or not this decoy spin, sorry, this Nimbus Strike AP Wukong. I'm getting lost in my thoughts, but I think you guys know what I mean to say. And then this ultimate, you know, it's pretty much exactly what it always needed to be as far as damage output. It does base damage, it scales with AD, and it has health shred, like, you know, a blender should. I mean, it's, you know, it's a Cyclone, it's spinning a staff, it's like a Beyblade. Like, anything that gets in the way of something like that moves that quickly, just based on physics alone, is gonna get beaten up. So it's good to see that tanks can actually be shredded now, because before, when I would be fed as Wukong and I'd get destroyed by a 1-in-6 Malphite who just has like a chain vest, like, that makes no sense, but that was a very real reality for Wukong on live servers. These changes, I think, with the health shred really helps, especially since they are keeping the armor shred. This is a point of debate right now amongst the Wukong players. Like, I think it's Harambe who is really pushing for a damage amp on the Q rather than armor shred. Frankly, I don't mind either way, but I do get what he's saying, that the damage amp makes no sense because, or sorry, the armor shred makes no sense because it's armor, it's physical damage, and your E is magic, so you're not going to amplify your magic damage on your E. I get that angle, but I think it's about picking a target with your Q to shred the armor of, so that your ultimate can actually do a lot of damage to them, so you can shred tanks. Because you already have health shred in the ultimate by default now, and you can pick the target you want to shred better and break the armor with the Q. I think that makes sense. I don't want a damage amp, I want armor shred, personally, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to get all high and mighty over the two of those. That doesn't make a huge difference to me. What else is there to talk about? I feel like I've talked enough already, to be honest, but maybe I haven't. I'm not sure. But either way, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Once again, please make sure to support it. I would really appreciate it. not exactly expecting much because I know I haven't been posting much lately, so the channel's been kind of inactive, lack of momentum, but every little bit of support you guys show the channel really helps because it gives me all the extra reason to get my ass back on the computer and make more videos for you guys. So I guess just keep that in mind. But I guess one last thing I guess I could mention, I kind of want to talk about it and I totally forgot, is I talked about how I'm in school for audio engineering. What I haven't talked about is why. Let's just say, because I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but I want you guys to be excited and have a little bit of an idea what's to come. I'm not a musician. I'm not somebody who's going to learn to play a bunch of instruments, and I'm not somebody who's going to learn to compose and write music, at least immediately. But all those things there that I just described, like, that might happen, like, within 5 or 10 years, but it's not going to happen immediately. But what is happening right now for me at audio engineering school is I am learning how to make sounds that are really fucking cool. Excuse my French, but that's really what it comes down to, right? Like, I'm not the kind of guy who's going to go and make some really cool, like, pop track, but I am the guy who's going to take a lightsaber sound and make it, like, 10 times better, right? That's kind of what I'm learning, like, audio engineering for, like, really cool synthesized sounds, but I'm also learning, like, how to make guitar tones, like, way better, and I'm learning how to, like, make a whole drum set, like, completely on my own, and make a whole orchestra all on my own just using a computer. Like, really the only thing that I can't synthesize on my computer just as well as, like, a top-of-the-line studio is electric guitar. Electric guitar, like, you actually need the physical instrument, whether it's being played into an amp and having a microphone in front of the amp, or plugging it into a an interface and then recording the clean tones of the guitar, right? These are all ways to get the guitar the way I would want it, but I can't just make it on the computer. But everything else, literally every other sound, I can just make on a computer. And that, to me, is amazing. Not to say I'm very good at it yet. I'm only 4.5 months in. I still have 4.5 months left of this degree, and there's probably plenty for me to learn after the degree. And once I finish the degree, it's not like I've learned it all. There's still going to be plenty to learn. But the very idea that I could do anything on the computer besides synthesize guitar from nothing, I have to actually get somebody to play it or play it myself. To me, that's really cool. Now, there are some sounds that, you know, could be a little bit better with a real instrument compared to just a computer sound. But a lot of the things I'm going to be using are samples from a real instrument, from like a sample library. Maybe I'm talking in a bunch of music stuff you guys don't really care about and don't really know about. Maybe this stuff's really familiar to you. I'm really not sure. You know, I'm talking to a League audience. I frankly have no idea how into music you guys are. But I really want to try and find a way to blend all this audio engineering with gaming and make gaming not music necessarily, but gaming sounds that can be musical. If that makes sense to you and you're excited, great. If that makes no sense to you at all, then just stay tuned and I'll show you what I mean in a few months when I have a few more things put together. Because just like making YouTube videos and getting yourself successful by blowing up or whatever, it's a momentum game, right? And so I could show you guys what I've made so far, but then it's, you know, I show it to you, you're like, cool, that's great, and then you forget about it within a week. I kind of want to, you know, strategize what I'm doing in a way that I pump it out at a very paced fashion so that the momentum can build like a staircase, and next thing you know, I'm at the top. Maybe not the top, but that's the whole idea of, you know, being a musician. You can't really, like, if you guys look at any big YouTube, not YouTuber, but any big musician right now, you'll notice that, like, yeah, every now and again, they'll just drop an album, they'll drop an EP, but the ones who are really finding success, the ones who are pumping out music consistently, and usually the way they enable that is by stockpiling and then planning the releases. And that's kind of what I'm doing. So, wow, I talked a lot in this post-game. I apologize, but lots to catch you guys up on, and frankly, it is tough to do all that while recording. There was one more thing. I'm making an app, and this app is in relation to the win conditions diagram that I showed you guys throughout the Iron to Diamond series. This app is going to be intuitive. It's going to be able to read the champions in your team and on the opposing team when you log into the app. And it's going to basically give you like the cookie cutter, like, hey, you are playing these champions, you're against these champions, you win by playing this way. And if that doesn't work because your team is a bunch of monkeys, this is your backup win condition, right? It's going to tell you how to win games, like, clearly. And it's going to have like everything you're going to need to be successful in League. And I mean, not to say that doesn't exist yet. I mean, there are a lot of apps out there that tell you what to build and, you know, what matchups are good and what runes to use. But that's all very individual focused. This is team focused. And again, you know, solo queue can't always count your team, but that's why we're designing it the way we are. We're designing it in a way that it'll tell you how to play with your team if your team is cooperative, whether it's, you know, it's a team fight or to control the Baron or whatever it is.
And if that fails, it'll tell you when to split push, or when to make picks, or when to do this or that. I don't want to say much more, because I feel like I'm giving it away by this point, at least like what the idea is, but like, I've been working on this for like a year and a half, and like, we're getting close to launching. So a lot of good things are happening right now, but unfortunately a lot of it has to be not involved in videos, and I don't have time to make videos. So I hope you guys are patient with all this, and you understand. But without any further ado, I really gotta sign off, because I've been rambling for way too long at the end of this video. But I really hope some of you stuck around and liked what I had to say. And if you didn't, well, that's okay, because I don't know. I don't know why that's okay. I don't know what the end of that sentence is, but regardless, I'll catch you guys in the next one. And have a good rest of your day, or weekend, or night, whatever it might be. Clearly, I'm very anxious in this sign-off, because I'm not used to this. I haven't done this in like 2 months, but I will catch you guys on the next one, and peace out.